Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीय मामृतात् ॐ कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरे परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। हरि ओम तत्सत. Welcome to today's Yoga Vashistha Satsang every Friday evening 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. In each of your countries it's different. We will experience time change this coming weekend, so another hour will be lost, so please adjust your timings for next week's satsang accordingly. We will still do it at 7:30 p.m. only, but in America we change the clocks, so please be mindful of that. All of you, our humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to our worshipful Guruji, Swami JyotirmayAnanda Maharaj, to all sages and saints, all the scriptures, and to the divinity in each and every one of you. हमारा दंडवत प्रणाम है उस ब्रह्मांडीय ईश्वरीय शक्ति को, हमारे परम पूज्य गुरुदेव स्वामी ज्योतिर्मयानंद जी महाराज को, सब साधु संतों को, ऋषियों मुनियों को, पवित्र ग्रंथों को, और आप सब में विद्यमान परमेश्वर को. So let us be grateful for this moment that we have good health, shelter, food, and interest in spirituality, a desire to know what this human body is all about, why are we born, what is enlightenment, and all these important, profound topics that people are unaware of. So when many punyas of many lives fructify, one is pulled towards this knowledge. It is called Brahma Vidya. Brahma Vidya means the knowledge of the absolute. Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. There is only one truth expressed differently in different languages, different dialects, different religion, different philosophers. But the truth is only one. That cannot change. That cannot change. So, with that in mind, with that thought, let us pray for everybody, the whole universe. May there be peace, may there be happiness, may there be joy, may there be light, may there be knowledge, wisdom. Because when that comes, then all the evils stop. May these wars stop, may this unnecessary anger and wars, fighting, killing, may all of it stop. May God's blessings emerge and permeate in everybody. So with that feeling, with that Shubha Bhavana, with that purity, let us all ground ourselves, be in this moment, forget about everything else, even forget about your body. Just keep your mind connected. We are nothing but consciousness, all of us. So let us read Swamiji's message, which is also a small form of meditation that we will indulge in. For those of you in Germany, UK, wherever you are, it's early morning, Brahma Muhurta, ideal time for you to meditate and also enjoy this nectar of Satsanga. In India, all ashrams open at 4:30 a.m. in the morning for people to meditate and pray. So Swamiji says, blessed self, adorations. Sit still and be relaxed. Be contented as if you have just finished. You are in peace. There is no desire lurking anywhere. You are relaxed. In today's meditation, we will work on compassion. This world needs compassion, kindness, grace. So meditate on God, on your Ishta Devata. Each of you can meditate on whoever you like. Doesn't matter the form. Jesus, Allah, Krishna, Devi, Hanumanji, any form or even a flower that you like. There is no restriction to our imagination. Meditate on the God as the embodiment of compassion. One avatara that comes to mind is Buddha. Immediately you feel compassionate just looking at the serene face of Buddha. Buddha means enlightened. It's a Hindi word actually, Buddha. Buddha, one with enlightened intellect. May that compassionate flow continue to radiate in every aspect of your personality. Let the stream of compassion flow into your heart. Think of the grace, love, kindness, generosity, compassion. It should be a natural instinct to help others who are struggling, who are not as comfortable as you are. So therefore, just like you automatically protect every part of your body, your foot gets hurt, the eye sheds a tear, because it's all one. So think of the spiritual blessings of compassion. When you pray for others, you pray for yourself also. Think of the degrading aspects of cruelty. You cannot justify cruelty, wars, no matter how righteous you think you are. But when you kill innocent people, rape women, kill young kids, 2-3 years old, and take their lives due for your selfish cause, your selfish reasons, that is sinful. That is not protecting, that is not patriotism. So stay away from cruelty. Even lions, wild animals, become calm and compassionate when they come in the aura of sages and saints. Their anger fades away. Even for non-violent animals, for violent animals like tigers, foxes, lions. And we are supposed to be human beings, the most evolved species. What have we evolved? What have we learned? Everywhere there is stress, tension, wars, greed, jealousy, and we call ourselves the most evolved. How does it help going to Mars if we can't even control our own emotions? So may God give us wisdom. Sabko sanmati do Bhagwan. Mahatma Gandhi used to say. He was very high in non-violence, as you all know. So non-violence is known as ahimsa. Himsa means violence. Ahimsa, non-violence. So we should not hurt anybody with our words, with our thoughts, or with our deeds, actions. Only then are we being truly non-violent. So then, and if we are still feeling angry, we are feeling non-forgiving, then pray to God. Pray to God. When you cannot do it, tell God, God, I don't know what to do. I'm trying, but I'm not successful. So let my personality be filled with compassion. Don't ask for trivial things from God. Ask for enlightenment. Ask for spirituality. Ask for love, compassion, kindness. That is, those qualities are very high, evolved. And when you ask for those, your whole life turns around. Let there be no tinge of cruelty in you. Just because you have done things that you are not proud of today, doesn't mean you can't change. You can resolve to change now. We as humans are mixed beings. We do good and bad. But God has given us buddhi. Buddhi means intellect. And from buddhi comes the word buddh. From buddh it becomes buddha. Buddha. So when you become Buddha, you automatically become kind, compassionate, loving, non-violent. Cruelty runs away from you. As the lotus of compassion blooms within your heart, you come closer and closer to God. So, your heart itself is a lotus. Lotus means light of truth, universal shrine. Light. There's a lotus temple in Virginia. So, Swami Satchidanand ji, he is the Guru Bhai of our worshipful Gurudev, Swami JyotirmayAnanda. He created this temple where he invited all the religions of the world, every one of them. And he even created a space of a circle and called it the unknown, because there may be some other religion that will come up. So many streams come out of the same ocean. So he invited the rabbis, the priests, the pandits, the monks, everybody in their respective religion, all from they were represented. And when they were laying the foundation, they placed the Quran, the Bible, the Bhagavad Gita, the Guru Granth Sahib, every religion represented. And all the people were welcome to come and pray and be totally free, all in one place, one spot. A little oasis in this ugly world of me and mine. Even religions are stuck in that. My God is better than your God. Christianity is the only way, this is the only way, that is the only way. All that is like kids fighting when they are 2 years old. They don't know any better. Like you play with sugar toys, somebody wants a plane made of sugar, somebody wants a sword, somebody wants a Cinderella or a Mickey Mouse. All nothing but sugar only, just different chocolates, different candies. And there are big anger, fight. You gave him my favorite Cinderella, why don't I have it? That is what our leaders are doing. all these all these so-called spiritual authorities. Ultimately, God is beyond any definition. He's beyond name and form. He comes to you however you want him to be, omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient. So that lotus, you create that lotus in your heart. Be welcoming to everybody, but stick to who you are. Have faith in your religion, but respect everybody else. You're not expected to be perfect in every religion. That is not your role. But be respectful to them. If you're a Christian, be a good Christian. You're a Hindu, be a good Hindu. You're a Sikh, be a good Sikh. But don't say, my God is the only way to get there. Be more accepting, willing, kind, compassionate. Go deep in your religion, learn the phrases, learn the quotes, go deep into it. But have faith in your own religion, but respect everybody else also. Then only this world can be a better place. Otherwise, we can keep on saying Jews, Palestinians, this, that, and fights, and it will never end. It will never end. The only way it will end is when our hearts expand, when we think of others like our own selves. So when you do that, you come closer and closer and closer to God. तो जब आप ऐसा करेंगे तो भगवान के निकट आते जाएंगे और भगवान में ही समा जाएंगे. You will merge into that feeling of peace and bliss. May God bless you. May you all become compassionate souls. Yours in the Lord, Swami JyotirmayAnanda. So now gently open your eyes, feel your body, and come to the present moment. We are now going to do our kirtan. And so many of you, I did not know Shankarji had that talent that he shared with others about his Lord Shiva music composition. So we all pray to God, we all contribute to him in different ways. All that is bhakti, devotion. So we all should do. Radha ji sometimes sends me her bhajans that she sings. Yogini ji selflessly is running this group, and the wonderful auditing review she is doing for me in these projects. All of you, we make a beautiful bouquet together. Each one of you is a fragrant flower. Remember that. आप सब अलग अलग खुशबू के पुष्प हैं, अलग अलग. So when we make that garland together, it becomes fragrant and divine. With that purity, with that feeling of devotion, bhakti, let us do our kirtan. Then we will move on to the Yoga Vashistha. Hari Om. Jaya Ganesh, Jaya Ganesh, Jaya Ganesh, Pahi Mam, Shri Ganesh, Shri Ganesh, Shri Ganesh, Raksha Mam, Sharavana Bhava, Sharavana Bhava, Sharavana Bhava, Pahi Mam, Kartikeya, 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 Raksha Mam, Jaya Saraswati, Jaya Saraswati, Jaya Saraswati, Pahi Mam, Shri Saraswati, Shri Saraswati, Shri Saraswati, Raksha Mam, जय गुरु शिव गुरु हरि गुरु राम, जगत गुरु परम गुरु सद्गुरु श्याम। ओम आदि गुरु अद्वैत गुरु आनंद गुरु, ओम चिद गुरु चिद घन गुरु चिन्मय गुरु, ओम जगत गुरु ओम गुरु सच्चिदानंदा, शंकराचार्य शिवानंदा ज्योतिर्मयानंदा। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। शिव 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 शिवाय नमः। ओम हर 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 नमः शिवाय। ओम नमो नारायणाय, ओम नमो नारायणाय, ओम नमो नारायणाय, ओम नमो नारायणाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते रामचंद्राय। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। आंजनेय 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 पाहि मां, हनुमंत 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 रक्ष माम्। ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति ओम शक्ति पाहि मां, ब्रह्मा शक्ति विष्णु शक्ति शिव शक्ति रक्ष माम्। आदि शक्ति महाशक्ति पराशक्ति पाहि माम्, इच्छा शक्ति क्रिया शक्ति ज्ञान शक्ति रक्ष माम्। गंगा रानी पाहि माम्, भागीरथी 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 रक्ष माम्। हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि 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 ओम, हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि 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 ओम। ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम, ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम। ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम, ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम। ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम, ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम। Continuing our journey on this glorious scripture, Yoga Vashistha, guidance by Guru Vashistha to his favorite disciple, none other than Lord Rama himself. We are on section 201, Nirvana Prakarana. Nirvana meaning enlightenment, self-realization. And we were discussing, Sri Rama describes his blissful experience. तो इस अध्याय में भगवान राम अपने साक्षात्कार का अनुभव वशिष्ठ मुनि को बता रहे हैं. So God is explaining, Lord Rama himself is explaining in his own words how he is feeling, and he is validating directly with none other than his own Guru, Vashishth Muni, and they are discussing it in the palace of King Dashratha. So Lord Rama is a prince. He has not gone to the forest yet. Most people know of Ramayana when he goes to the forest for 14 years. This is while he was younger, teenager, 15, 16 years old. So now Lord says, when there is a desirable development, my inner contentment is unruffled. Also, when there is undesirable development, my inner peace remains unaffected. What does it mean? That you handle adversity and prosperity with equanimity and equal grace. सुख में दुख में मेरे प्रीतम तेरी इच्छा पूर्ण हो. So normally what happens is when things are comfortable, we are very good, very happy. But the minute things go bad, we start finding fault with others and we complain, we are miserable. So one of the traits of being enlightened is you handle both adversity and prosperity with equal vision, equanimity. It doesn't mean that you'll be very comfortable during adversity. The body will surely be uncomfortable. But inwardly, in your essence, in your heart, you will be at peace. आपके हृदय में शांति होगी. बाहर चाहे कष्ट हो, बाहर चाहे आपको मुश्किलें आएं, लेकिन आप अगर इस मार्ग पर हैं तो सुख आए या दुख आए दोनों में सम रहेंगे. यू विल बी अनअफेक्टेड. Though performing my duties as enjoined by the scriptures, I am established in the non-duality of the self and my illusions have gone. So here Lord Rama is saying that that doesn't mean once you get enlightened now what to do. Whatever you came to do, you have already finished it. So what to do with the rest of your life? So Yog Vashisth says, continue to do your duties. Nothing changes. You will continue, but you will know that it is all like a dream of the world process. So karmanyavadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. That's why in the Bhagavad Gita also, Lord Krishna reminded Arjuna to get up and fight. That is the duty. Enlightened or not, doesn't matter. We all have to continue our journey. So, but if you are established in the self, आत्मा में यदि आप स्थित हो जाते हैं तो वहां पर क्या है? वहां पर एकम सत्यम, एक ही है, दो नहीं है. There is no duality there. What is duality? When you look at yourself and the world as two different things. Me and mine, you and yours. I am going to your house. So, therefore, it is not my house. Duality. I am praying to my God. I am not that God. Duality. But when everything becomes one, you merge into that one self, ek hi atma, one self, then there is non-duality. Advait the principle. Advait means no two, only one. But first you get theoretical knowledge, then you get practical knowledge. Like theorems, you are taught A equals B, you assume something, then you solve the problem. Much in the same way, here God says that your illusions slowly go away. They don't go away just once or reading it. It has to be practical. Slowly, again and again and again. How many times you fell down before you started walking? How many times you have practiced? Everything takes effort. So then what happens? Then you get established. Lord Rama is sharing his experience. My illusions have now gone, meaning I no longer have doubts. I'm no longer looking at a picture of food. I have eaten it. I am now contented, full. Whether this creation itself is overturned or the winds of destruction begin to blow with all their fury, or the world turns into a barren desert, I remain ever unaffected, ever established in the self. What is Lord Rama saying? If anything happens, कुछ भी हो जाए, चाहे तूफान आए, बर्फ गिरे, या ये पूरा संसार भस्म हो जाए, तब भी मैं अपनी आत्मा में स्थित हूँ. Doesn't matter what happens, I am established in my own self. Therefore, I am unaffected. Who is this I that is unaffected? The self, Atma. Self, see, this is where we say, I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, not the ego. We say, we keep repeating it, but the minute you get a little thorn, what happens? The whole world shifts to the body, and that's okay, because practically we have to remove the thorn, otherwise we will be in pain. But when you start looking at your thorn in your body like a tire that has gotten punctured, doesn't your tire get a puncture once in a while, gets deflated? Then what do? You don't start crying, get it solved, right? Go to a Costco tire shop, you fix it. Much in the same way, you are not hurt. The thorn has hurt your body. Therefore, first know it theoretically, then you will know it practically once you are deeply rooted into this. So Lord Rama is saying, doesn't matter what happens, let's say this body is consumed also in the fire and it goes away, what is lost? Nothing is lost. Because the consciousness, myself, my Atma is not dependent on this body. ये आत्मा, ये शरीर के अंदर इस शरीर पर निर्भर नहीं है. Please understand this. This is why people are so afraid of death. Abhinivesha klesha. And yet, this is nothing. You are like a bird sitting on a branch. When you sit on a branch, are you dependent on the branch or are you dependent on your wings? You know how to fly. So if the branch breaks, fly away. Nothing has happened. So this is what Lord Rama is explaining here, that doesn't matter what happens externally, inwardly, I am in bliss, peace. O sage, I am delighting in the self. हे वशिष्ठ मुनि, मैं आत्म रमता हूँ, आत्मा में प्रसन्न हूँ, प्रसन्न चित्त हूँ. I am beyond the reach of senses and mind. ये मन, इंद्रियां मुझ पर नियंत्रण नहीं कर सकते हैं. I am diseaseless, मुझे कोई भी कष्ट नहीं है. Free of the fetters of desires. Desires are not binding me anymore. Otherwise, we are fettered as if in a cage. Some of us are in an iron cage. Some of us may be in a bronze cage, silver cage, golden cage. Meaning, no money, little money, lots of money, billionaires, trillionaires. What difference does it make? Still a cage only. When you have to go, not even the cage will go. Will it? Nothing. So you only have to figure out what is it. You are beyond all these things, beyond all these cages of the mind and senses. मन, इंद्रियां, बुद्धि, ये सब क्या है? पिंजरे हैं. पिंजरा चाहे सोने का हो, चाहे चांदी का हो, पिंजरा तो पिंजरा ही है ना. उसमें आजादी कहाँ? उड़ने की शक्ति नहीं है. So free of the fetters of desire. Just as space cannot be grasped in one's fist, I cannot be grasped by the fetters of the world. तो जैसे हम आकाश को अपनी मुट्ठी में नहीं बांध सकते हैं, ऐसे ही हम अपनी आत्मा को भी नहीं बांध सकते हैं. जो मेरे अंदर जो स्वरूप है वो मुक्त है. I am totally free all the way. I am not dependent on this body. But having said that, you need a car. If you have a puncture in your car, you cannot drive it till you solve that problem. So much in the same way, in our body, we need to keep it healthy. We need to respect the body. It doesn't mean when we say you are not the body to say, okay, I ignore it, I won't eat, or I won't take care of it, or I won't bathe. No, take good care of it, but inwardly know fully well that this body is simply a tool, your boat that will take you across. So it requires care. But you now keep saying, I am the body. That is a mistake. You are not your car. The car is to take you from one place to another. That's all. So fragrance arising out of a flower diffuses in the sky, isn't it? Sometimes we are far away and we can smell the flower. कितनी अच्छी सुगंध आ रही है, हम लोग बोलते हैं ना. तो कहाँ से आ रही है? तो वो सुगंध तो पीछे है, फूल पीछे है, लेकिन उसकी सुगंध आगे है. The flowers, the air brings the fragrance. It's no longer in the flower, it is permeating, coming outside of the flower. And that is what we find with sages and saints. And just like these flowers, they also radiate their aura of peace, glory, and subtle vibrations without saying anything. कभी कभी शब्द की भी आवश्यकता नहीं होती, केवल उनके सानिध्य में रहने से ही हमें शांति प्राप्त होती है. So, in the same manner, the vision of the self arising out of the body has transcended the body and all its limitations. So just like the fragrance from a flower doesn't stay in the flower alone, it comes out and gets into your nose, sometimes even from a distance. Much in the same way, the self within you is not just confined to the body. It comes out and then expands, and then everything becomes your own self. That is how he is explaining his experience. Lord Rama. He says, kings, whether enlightened or not, roam in their kingdom, joyously performing their various duties. Because they are kings, they are not bound by anybody. They are the ones who make the laws, so it is under, everybody is under their command. So they are free to enjoy their kingdom. In the same manner, Lord Rama says, I, being established in the self, roam everywhere fearlessly, untouched by joy, sorrow, and desire. Just like a king, I am also a king. I am not bound by these body, mind, senses, etc. So he says, this is the feeling. Once you get enlightened, then yourself becomes the all powerful, all consuming entity. हमारे अंदर जो आत्मा है वो वही हमें सब जगह दिखाई देने लगती है, और हमें फिर दुख नहीं होता, शोक नहीं होता, मोह नहीं होता, और हम भय नहीं करते हैं. All these problems of being afraid and affected by the world, they go away. Why? Because now you know it is all illusory. Maya Jal. I am delighting in the bliss of Brahman, which transcends all the joys of the world. तो भगवान राम क्या बता रहे हैं, जब आपको आत्म स्वरूप का रस आना शुरू हो जाता है, आनंद प्राप्त होता है, तो ये आनंद दुनिया के सब सुखों से सर्वोपरि है. दुनिया के सब सुख क्षण भंगुर हैं, केवल प्रतीति मात्र हैं. These sense based object joys are very very limited, and therefore the joy of Brahman is beyond all this. इस सबसे परे है, भगवान राम बता रहे हैं. He says, I no longer desire pleasures of the senses. अब मुझे इंद्रिय सुख, इंद्रिय भोग की आवश्यकता नहीं है. Think about it. Sense objects controlling the senses, control the mind, control the ego, intellect. We talk about this theoretically, but to do it practically is takes a lot of effort, because over many bodies, कई जन्मों में आपके संस्कार जो हैं बहुत दृढ़ हो गए हैं. Over many lifetimes your samskaras, these impressions of whether they are lustful impressions or impressions of greed or jealousy or anger, each person has different impressions according to their evolution and what they have been in the past. So that is why no two people will evolve the same way. It's a customized solution. Spirituality, same teaching, but it affects different people in different ways according to their own evolution. Some people progress very quickly, some people will take a long time. That's okay. As long as somebody is coming on this journey, they will benefit. Just attending satsang, even if you don't understand, is going into your vibrations. Those powerful vibrations are helping you. So he says, I live as a human being and I'm ready to do whatever you ask me to do from an external viewpoint. Inwardly, Lord Rama says, if you ask, अगर आप मेरे आंतरिक स्थिति को पूछेंगे तो मैं पूरा ब्रह्म में और मुझ में कोई फर्क नहीं है, मैं ब्रह्मांड मुझ में समाया है. लेकिन अगर आप सांसारिक रूप से पूछेंगे तो मैं एक इंसान हूँ, जो भी मुझे कार्य करने हैं मैं वो करूँगा. एज ए ह्यूमन बीइंग आई एम रेडी टू डू. ओ गुरु, हे वशिष्ठ मुनि, मुझे बताओ मुझे क्या कार्य करना है. दैट इज व्हाई इवन सेजेस एंड सेंट्स and so many spiritual giants who have come and gone at very early ages also have done phenomenal amount of work, more work than we can imagine. Shankaracharya at the age of 32, Shankaracharya Bhagwan, we talk about him in the satsang in this line, Shankaracharya Shivananda JyotirmayAnanda. So Shankaracharya is the founder of the sannyasa tradition in Sanatana Dharma. He passed away at the age of 32 and he wrote 650 books. Back in, there are disputes. The Indian authentic people say he was born 500 BC, but most of the Western philosophers and others say he was born in 880 AD. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. They all agree on his contributions of what he actually did and how much impact he made. At that time, there was no internet, there were no phones, no paper, no nothing. Very difficult everything was. And he crisscrossed the whole India many times and he established these centers, and even today they are functioning. So that is the power of the soul. And then over time, you know that Vivekananda came to Chicago, and then our Guruji came here in 1962, and so on. So he says, I will continue to perform my duties in daily life in the spirit of a child's play as long as my body lasts. So that the point I was trying to make is, once these sages and saints attain enlightenment, they don't just suddenly stop working. It's like, what more to do? Huh? Everything has already been accomplished. The role we say, why are we born? We are born to get liberated. Okay, you got liberated. What more now? What more do you want to do? So they don't just stop functioning. They don't disappear. They don't evaporate. They now want to share, just like Buddha did, because he also wanted to be in deep meditation and not come out. Then this thought came to him, am I being selfish by just being in Brahman all the time and depriving so many souls from this wealth that I have? So he decided to share. And this is what all true, authentic sages and saints do. Whatever wisdom, whatever knowledge they have, they share it unconditionally with everybody, because the joy they have received, जो ज्ञान उनको प्राप्त हुआ है, वो सबको बांटना चाहते हैं ताकि सबका कल्याण हो. वो स्वार्थी नहीं होते. So that is because they have a big heart. They see themselves in you. When they see your pain, they are in pain. Compassion, mercy, grace, love, all these things are there. So Lord Rama is saying the same thing. O Guruji, O Vashistha Muni, you have given me this incredible knowledge through which I have now become enlightened, but I will continue to do whatever my daily duties are, because now it's a play. Nothing, I am not dependent on these things. These things are my fun, and I will do it. How long? How long will you do it? Till your last breath. जब तक हमारा शरीर रहेगा तब तक हम ये कार्य करते ही रहेंगे. इनका कुछ भी अंत नहीं आएगा. There will be no end to it, to this effort. And this is what I was trying to tell you about Shankaracharya ji or Vivekananda or Ramakrishna Paramhans or Swami JyotirmayAnanda or Shivananda. So many sages and saints have given, and of not only Sanatan Dharma but many religions, many religions, so many Sufi saints, so many Muslim saints and Christian saints and others who have basically done nothing but share this wisdom once they achieve that. So he says, established in the self, I eat, drink, sit and perform my duties. By your grace, all my doubts have dissolved. So that doesn't mean that saints will not get sick, or they will not have a disease, or they will not externally do things. Just like you dream, they also, this world, your actual living becomes a dream for the sages and saints. And that's what Bhagavad Gita also says, that shloka, that is what is night for the worldly people is day for the saints, and vice versa. What does that mean? That they are not deluded by the senses anymore. So I will eat, I will do my duty, I'll perform everything, but my doubts have all gone by your grace, O Guru. By definition, Guru is somebody who can bring you light. Otherwise, why call him Guru? He's not Guru. If you already have light, then you don't need a Guru. Everything is good. But if you are finding that your darkness, in no physical light, don't be looking for a physical light, 300-watt light, 500. No, light meaning release of your pressure. You feel lighter, you feel happier, you feel more joyous, you feel more knowledgeable, you feel more in control, you understand things better, and you are becoming a better human being. That is the light we are talking about. तो ये प्रकाश की बात होती है. तो this is what he is saying, and he says, I have therefore, O Guru, no more doubts. Remember, Bhagavad Gita, same thing. Arjuna originally had doubts, took 18 chapters for Lord Krishna to explain so many questions he had. In the end, Lord Krishna again confirmed, Nashta moha smritir labdho. He says, my moha now, my illusion, my ignorance is now gone. Smritir labdhva. I now have recollected my true self. Karishye vachanam tava. Oh God, no more doubts, no more questions, nothing more to ask. I now know what to do. That is where the role of the Guru ends. He has opened up your consciousness, shown you who you are, and now you become the Guru. At that time, at that point in time, there is no disciple. The Guru and the disciple both become one. They unite. Till that time, there is duality. Till you identify your true Atman, your consciousness, who you really are, there is guidance needed, there are questions, but once the questions are answered, then no more doubts. So Sri Vashistha said, so Vashisht Muni, the Guruji, has been listening so far. Now he says, O Rama, it is a matter of great joy that you have attained the supreme state of liberation that is devoid of beginning, middle, and end. So Guru has blessed his disciple. He is blessing Rama to say, you have achieved the purpose of life, and liberation is beginningless and endless. There is no middle, just like everything in the Atma is beyond our imagination, dreams, concepts. It is beyond all of that. So he says, having attained this, one goes beyond all sorrows. So Lord Rama is saying that. Now his Guru is validating it also. He says, yes, you have attained what you are, not simply disillusioned. There are so many people who confusingly think they have gotten enlightened because they are feeling peaceful, or they feel like they were able to transcend, got a little bit of samadhi experience. That is not enlightenment. Those are just little milestones on the way that God shows you, that continue my child, you are on the right track. And if you get egotistical, if you swell your mind with pride and think you know a lot, boom, snakes and ladders. 99, a big snake bites you and you're back to the lower rungs. So this journey is very, we have to be very cautious. इस यात्रा पर बहुत ध्यान से चलना पड़ता है, गुरु का हाथ थाम के, उनके चरण थाम के. We have to be very respectful and very humble, and also make sure you keep checking your ego. Am I becoming too arrogant? Are people, do I think? The minute we think we know too much, know that something is wrong with you. Because the more you know, the more you don't know. That's how we should feel. The more we study, the more we need to know more, because till the light is fully revealed, and then there are no questions. Once the light is revealed, what more questions to ask? Nothing more. But till we get to that point, we will always be in the search, in the process. So Guru is very proud of his disciple. Every Guru is very fortunate. Fortunate Guru, and this is the ideal epitome. Guru is Vashisht Muni, who is the son of Brahma himself, who created creation. Om Narayanam Padmabhavam Vashishtam Shaktim Cha Tatra Putra Parasharam Cha. So Om Narayanam Padmabhavam Vashishtam. Narayan is Lord Narayana, Vishnu himself, through which all these incarnations keep coming. Padma Bhavam, from Narayana, through the lotus emerged uh, Brahma, Brahma the creator, and from him came Vashisht Muni. That Vashisht Muni is Lord Rama's Guru. So, and Lord Rama himself came in the form of, although he is Narayana, he was the Guru of Brahma, he created Brahma, but now in a human embodiment, he is going through this Maya, the illusion of the process, and that is why he is crying and looking for Sita, doing the worldly things like we do, to show us that nobody is exempt from the laws of the earth: death, life, pain, grief. Huh? Everybody goes through it. So don't think you are the only miserable one left out there. Everybody has pain. Deha dhare ka dand hai, har kahu ko hoye. This body is a form of punishment. We all go through different experiences. ज्ञानी भुगते ज्ञान से और मूर्ख भुगते रोए. Jnani means an intelligent, enlightened one. He is gone beyond the sorrow through his knowledge, but an unenlightened one cries. That's why we cry when somebody dies. We cry so much. We are in grief and this and that, and yet we know they are not going to come back. But it takes a certain level of advancement in purity to see the transience of things, to leave the attachments of the world. So the Guru now says, it is a matter of great fortune that you have brought about the cessation of all miseries of life, and all your doubts related to this world and the next have been dissolved. तो भगवान गुरु वशिष्ठ बोलते हैं भगवान राम को, ये बहुत भारी सौभाग्य है तुम्हारा राम कि तुम सब दुखों का अंत पा लिए हो और तुम्हारे सब प्रश्नों का उत्तर तुमको मिल गया है और अब तुम तृप्त हो. नाउ यू आर टोटली कंटेंटेड. यू नो लॉन्गर हैव एनी पेन और any open questions. No more questions. O beloved son, by attaining enlightenment, you have elevated the line of Raghus. So, O beloved, so with love, Guru is calling his disciple son, just like you love your son. Guru Vashisht loves Rama because of his intense devotion and detailed attention, and he has attained enlightenment. Therefore, you have elevated the line of Raghus. Raghukul Reet Sada Chali Aayi, Pran Jaye Par Vachan Na Jai. Raghus are highly evolved kings who King Dashrath gave up his life to keep the boons of his two boons he had given to his wife. Meaning, once they say something, even if their life has to be cut short to keep those words, they would not go back from their words. You have elevated, meaning causing spiritual upliftment for the past, present, and future generations of the line of Raghus. So that's another thing. In any family, in any place where somebody gets enlightened, they basically that flow is so powerful that three generations, the departed souls, your generation, meaning whoever is connected to you, your wife, your husband, your uncle, your this and that, and everybody, your pet, all these things, and then your ancestors, father, grandfather, who are no longer in physical form, departed souls, and the future generations, your kids who are not even born yet, they will all, divine plan will bless this enlightened soul, where they all will attain enlightenment. They will be spiritually uplifted greatly. Such is the power of mukti. Mukti meaning liberation, enlightenment, self-realization. So that is Vashisht Muni himself is saying this. Why? Because this Maya is so powerful, so strong. Otherwise, everybody knows there are so many professors, so many Nobel Prize winners, so many PhDs, so many intellectual giants. They know all these things, but to achieve it is a completely different matter. This is not theory. This has to be done through your own self effort. Nobody can bestow enlightenment upon you. Yes, you need a guru, you need a map, you need a guide, you need the tools, but without your effort, it is not going to work. It will help you for sure, and in some other embodiment, you will be motivated, but there are no shortcuts to enlightenment. If it was that easy, all these saints and sages, Shankaracharya, big sages, saints, Saint Francis, Mother Teresa, and all these so many saints in so many religions, don't you think they would have liberated all these people in pain who are struggling? Why didn't they do it? Why don't they do it? Because it is not something that is so simple. It has to be coming from your own set of efforts and karma and your journey. It is your journey. But you can do it when you are in the right environment of satsanga, which is where we are. Many lives of punyas have come for all of you to be here. Otherwise, you would not. Something else would come, some obstruction will come, or the morning cold will keep you little warmer in your sleep zone. But you are pulling yourself out, doing all this, meaning you have done penance before. That is why you value this more than anything else. So therefore, this is the same sadhana continues from life to life, and it starts from where you leave it. जहां से छोड़ा वहां से शुरू होता है, पीछे नहीं जाना पड़ता. You don't have to go back to kindergarten again. If you have already completed high school, now go for bachelor's. Don't go back to second grade again. You have already completed it. Much in the same way, spirituality also is like that. That is the power of mukti. They say 3 generations are benefited, and Lord Sage Vasistha is directly also confirming that here. So that doesn't mean that, so by divine law, only those kind of generations will come and benefit through this one person who has attained enlightenment. So section 202, we are starting now. It says joyousness of the kings as well as of Rama. Remember, Lord Rama, ये जो सुन रहे हैं कथा, कहाँ पर सुन रहे हैं? अपने पिता दशरथ के महल में. He is in the palace of his father along with all the courtiers. He is listening to this discourse. So Sri Valmiki narrates. Valmiki himself is the author. Valmiki, he also wrote Ramayana, and he wrote Yoga Vashistha, 2 big works of volumes of work. So he says, O Bhardwaj, hearing these words of Sage Vashistha, all the kings and others experienced immense peace as if they had been nourished by nectar. So that is the glory of satsanga, that these profound thoughts come out. Otherwise, you see, they say the disciple and the guru are like 2 logs of wood. So when they strike against each other, that's when the sparks come out. That's how our ancestors used to light fire also, by scratching, rubbing stones. So rubbing the wood, otherwise the fire will never come out unless it is rubbed. Even for a matchstick, what do? You take one wood and you rub it against the, the phosphorus element for the fire to come out. Much in the same way, we all have this devotion, the bhakti, the sincere desire, but when we come in satsang, we all create that fire by these beautiful thoughts of sages and saints and the nectar of satsanga and our own devotion. So now, sages such as Vamadeva and others praised Vashistha for his excellent teachings. So now, who are the teachers? Who are the saints sitting there? Also enlightened ones. They are not just like ordinary people. Enlightened saints listening to enlightened teachings given by enlightened masters for students who have just attained enlightenment. Can you imagine this? What a beautiful, beautiful congregation that must be. Vamdev is coming in our Sanatan Dharma um, as a saint who attained enlightenment in his mother's womb. He didn't have to work for it at all. Why? Because he had already done all the work in his previous life. One small karma was left. One छोटा सा कर्म बचा था, वो पैदा माँ के गर्भ में आकर पूरा हो गया, and he got enlightened. Now what to do? Waiting to come out, and as soon as he comes out, he is already enlightened. So he says, Havu, 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 and he says, I'm full of joy. No crying and no. one such exception. They say normally whenever we come, we are always crying and in grief and with our fists closed and all that stuff. We already know. But here Vamadeva himself is saying that, oh Vashishta, you have done wonderful, and Rama has explained it very well. Rama, the other princes and the kings were all enjoying the bliss of the self. So when such conversation is happening, this is where our mind becomes like a honeybee. honeybee आपका मन एक मधुमक्खी की तरह बन जाता है, जो कि पराग का रस ले रही है और शहद बना रही है. So then the same mind that becomes so filthy, so horrible. I mean, what's happening in Israel and Palestine and Ukraine and Russia and all these people and the fights and the lawsuits and this, what is it? All the same mind has now taken on a very bad external shape. The same mind has the capacity to be where we are right now, isn't it? By our effort, by our desire, by our conscious thoughts. So you are what you think. You think you are a criminal, you think you are useless, worthless, you will certainly become useless and worthless. But if you think you are Amritasya Putraha, which is what Sanatan Dharma teaches us, you are nectar yourself, you are Brahman, you have God within you. What more do you want? What more do you want? What other proofs do you need? How many books do you need to read? Read your own book. Go within. That is the best. So भगवान यहाँ बताते हैं, Rama, the other princes and the kings were all enjoying the bliss of the self, meaning they were enjoying the nectar that is coming from within, like a honey bee making honey, enjoying it. When the words of praises subsided, Sri Rama spoke to Sage Vasistha. So all the sages were in unison. There was no disagreement like our government these days. Nothing works. One person says one, the other person says something else. You say right, I will call it left. You call this up, I'll call it down. How will anything work when there is no harmony, no reconciliation, no love, no compassion? Because we have become fools, foolish people. So Sri Rama now spoke to Sage Vasistha. Rama said, "O sage, you are the Lord of the past and the present." हे भगवान, हे वशिष्ठ मुनि, आप हमारे गुरु ही नहीं, हमारे भगवान भी हो. Just as fire purifies gold, in the same manner you have purified my intellect by ridding it of ignorance. तो जैसे अग्नि सोने को और निखारती है, when gold is heated in fire, what happens? It shines more brilliantly. In the same manner, when the guru and the disciple come together and the teachings are reflected again and again, the disciple shines, the gold becomes brilliant. And how? Because the impurities of ignorance that are covering the gold are removed. इग्नोरेंस मतलब अविद्या, अविद्या की जो हमारी परत है, मैल की परत है, वो हट जाती है और प्रखर रूप से, प्रचंड रूप से सोने का प्रतीति मात्र वो होने लगता है. वी सी द एफल्जेंस ऑफ गोल्ड. So Rama Bhagwan बोलते हैं, Lord says, "O Lord, before I was rooted in the notion, I am the body." तो हे भगवान, पहले मैं यही सोचता था मैं ये शरीर हूँ. I didn't know any better. I was just thinking I am this body. But now by your grace, I have realized that I am the self of all. परंतु हे भगवान वशिष्ठ मुनि, आपके ज्ञान से मुझको ये ज्ञान मिला कि मेरा अंदर की आत्मा केवल मुझ में ही नहीं, सब में मैं हूँ. आई एम सीइंग माई सेल्फ इन everyone, and that came from the effort of the guru and the disciple. Both have to work for it. दोनों को कार्य करना पड़ता है. I am established in the fullness of experience. I have become free of the disease of the world process. भगवान राम बोलते हैं मुझे अब जन्म मृत्यु के चक्र से छुटकारा मिल गया. No longer will I be coming back in this womb again and again and again. All my doubts have been dispelled. Whatever my questions were, oh Guru, you have answered them, Vashistha Muni. I have been awakened to my essential nature. So what is it? It is always there. It's enlightenment is not some kind of, you don't create enlightenment. It is already there. We just have to remove the obstacles that we have created that are obstructing our view of enlightenment. तो जो जो समस्या हमने खड़ी करी है उसको एक एक करके हटाना होगा, तब हमें अपना स्वरूप प्रतीति मात्र हो जाएगा, दिख जाएगा. So I have been awakened to my essential nature. That's what Lord Rama is saying. Oh Guru, through your patience and grace and through your affection and love and guidance, I have now attained it. I am no longer in doubt, no more questions. I have attained bliss which is never followed by misery. That's a very important statement. Don't take it lightly. Normally what happens in this world is you have pleasure and pain. First pleasure, then pain, or first pain, then pleasure, but they continue to alternate. There is no such thing as only pleasure, or there is no such thing as only pain. You will have a little rays of both, and that's why we are mixed people. Mixed. We see a little pleasure, little pain, and it continues on. But in enlightenment, they say Yovai Bhuma Tat Sukham Nalpam Sukham Asti, meaning there is no equivalent of the word Bhuma in English language. You can call it bliss, maybe. That's the closest we come to it. But basically, what that means is Bhuma means unbounded bliss, which means it will never, ever, ever be shadowed by pain or anything less than bliss. So you will always be in geometric proportion. Geometric proportion 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 64 multiplies, and it quickly becomes into billions and trillions and quintillions, because you are multiplying the same number by the same number. You learned this in 8th grade in mathematics, right? So that is what Bhuma is. It keeps on growing and growing and growing, and ultimately it reaches infinity. So that is what says Yo vai Bhuma tat sukham. Only Bhuma is real happiness. Na alpam sukham asti. Anything in this earth plane, this is called Mrityu Lok. In Hindi, Mrityu means death. Lok means the loka of death, meaning everything that has been created will have to one day or the other depart. Whether it's an ant or an elephant or a plant or a tree, even inert objects also, they also have a certain economic life. A house, or after 40, 50, 60 years starts to shake, then it crumbles down, everything is breaking. So there is no such thing as totally foolproof permanent. Even the earth itself collapses after a certain time. Pralay, that is called pralay. So therefore God says here, Lord Rama is saying, I have no more fear. How wonderful! I am experiencing Bhuma. The lotus of my heart has bloomed to its fullness. तो मेरे हृदय का जो कमल है वो पूर्ण रूप से खिल गया है आपकी अमृतमयी वाणी से. Through your nectarine words I have experienced bliss. By your grace I have become the emperor of the divine realm. So Lord Rama says, O Guru, through your guidance I have now achieved the ultimate, and this whole world is now appearing like nectar. That doesn't mean that there were no wrong things happening then. There were no cheats or there was no foolishness in the world. All that was there. But to Lord Rama, it all turned into nectar. Meaning, it's all a show. When a villain in a movie is acting so bad that you really are crying or angry or why he's doing a great job. That's his role. If you don't feel angry and frustrated and see his, then he is not doing a good role. But ultimately, when he goes home, is he the same villain to his wife and kids? No, just for money he's doing that role, isn't it? And in the next movie, he may become a hero. He may become all beloved, all loved one. So there is no need to cry, why is he a villain or why is he a hero? It is all a show only. Much in the same way, Lord Rama has now seen this. He's seeing all these things as a show, and therefore he is enjoying the show. That's it. You pay money to entertain yourself. Some people watch horror movies. They pay money to watch a horror movie, and they're holding the seat, very nervous, but every second matters, and they go to the next one again. So my intellect is infused with bliss. अब मुझको आनंद की अनुभूति हो रही है. All my sorrows have disappeared. कोई दुख नहीं है, कोई कष्ट नहीं है. And endowed with heavenly peace, I am enjoying the taintless bliss of the self. तो अब इस आनंद के साथ मैं अपना आत्म अनुभूति कर रहा हूं. आई एम एंजॉइंग द bliss that is coming from within me. It is your possession. That bliss is in you only. You don't have to go far, don't have to go to Himalayas, or you don't have to go to big places. It is right in your heart. That's why we say your body is the temple, and you have your favorite deity waiting for you. When you open the curtain, you light the lamp of meditation and wisdom, and when you come in front of it, it's not a joke. It's very true. But we are used to doing things the hard way. Some of us never learn. We'll learn in another embodiment maybe, but some of us want to go to far away places, do difficult things and this and that, whereas God says, I'm right. You don't ever come meet me, I'm waiting for you inside. So I have rendered it pure by discovering its innate purity. I have seen you, O self, Lord Rama is saying. And then he is saying, adorations to the self in me. So Lord Rama is glorifying himself, his own self. He's saying, because there is nothing else but the self. So, Meri Atma ko pranam, to myself, meaning to the whole universe and to everything. Because when God is glorifying himself, meaning he is glorifying the God within him. So with this we conclude this section, and we will start from the next section, section 203, starting next Friday. And it is description of the enlightenment of Rama. So it continues on, and in different ways, different forms, how much grace these saints and sages have done for us to show us the path, what we need to do, what are the steps we need to do, and to guide us from the thorns and all the roads that will take us to dead ends. They don't want us to get stuck in a dead end, so they are guiding us with love, faith and compassion. So इसके साथ ही हम ये सत्संग समाप्त करते हैं. With this prayer, let us end the satsang for today, and we will see you for Bhagavad Gita on Sunday morning, 11 a.m. So I hope we enjoyed. This is deep satsang we are having of the ultimate stages and the concluding portion. Then we will start a Yoga Vashistha all over again, which takes many years to complete, especially at the pace we go, because we are not in a rush. We want to benefit. We want it to go within, sink inside our hearts. And these are recordings. So if you are taking notes, very good. If not, then Some of you may benefit by listening to it again, these profound teachings, um, because we should do Shravan Manan Nididhyasan. First listen, then contemplate, then meditate. Unless we do all three things, then we do benefit by satsang. Don't get me wrong, it is always good. But unless you contemplate and also meditate, then you shine. You know how in a class there are so many students, but one of them comes first, and then few of them get very high marks. So if you can do these three things, you will become a wonderful student and you will excel greatly. Hari Om Tat Sat. So let us do our arti together and then we will conclude the satsang. Om. जय जय आरती विघ्न विनायक, विघ्न विनायक श्री गणेशा। जय जय आरती सुब्रह्मण्य, सुब्रह्मण्य कार्तिकेया। जय जय आरती वेणुगोपाला, वेणुगोपाला वेणुलोला। पाप विदुरा नवनीत चोरा। जय जय आरती वेंकटरमणा, वेंकटरमणा संकट हरणा। सीतारामा राधे श्यामा। जय जय आरती गौरी मनोहर, गौरी मनोहर भवानी शंकर। सांबा सदा शिव उमा महेश्वर। जय जय आरती राजराजेश्वरी, राजराजेश्वरी त्रिपुर सुंदरी। महाकाली महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाशक्ति। जय जय आरती आंजनेया, आंजनेया हनुमंता। जय जय आरती दत्तात्रेया, दत्तात्रेया त्रिमूर्ति अवतारा। जय जय आरती सद्गुरुनाथा, सद्गुरुनाथा शिवानंदा। सद्गुरुनाथा ज्योतिर्मयानंदा। जय जय आरती विघ्न विनायक। न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चंद्र तारकम, नेमा विद्युतो भाति कुतो यमग्निः। तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं, तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Let us all do 3 Triambakam mantras before we do the concluding prayers for peace in the world and for calming down of all the tensions that are going on in so many parts of the world. May all be happy, peaceful, joyful, and may this war come to an end. ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्ति भवतु, सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु, सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु, सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ करचरणकृतं वा कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वापराधं विहितं विहितं वा सर्वमेतत्क्षमस्व। जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो। जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो। जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो। समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम ब्रह्मर्पणं ब्रह्महवि ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्म कर्म समाधिनः। अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राण अपान समायुक्ता पचामन्यं चतुर्विधं। हरिः ओम तत्सत। ब्रह्मर्पणमस्तु। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you to all of you. Divine blessings to each one of you who have joined us today. And may God continue to give you strength, wisdom, bliss, ultimately enlightenment. Shakti, Bhakti, Mukti. Hari Om Tat Sat. We will see you for Bhagavad Gita on Sunday morning. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.